It's October 2024. We are, as a country, about to have a general election here in early November. We're going to have a presidential election. We have ballot initiatives around the country going on. I'll talk about it in a moment. And so the question is, what's the state of abolition in the country right now? What's the state of abortion? What's really going on? Well, contrary to a lot of the narrative from the pro-life establishment, there are no states in America right now that are abortion-free. Right, abortion is legal in every single state in some form or another. Right, even in states that don't have clinics anymore, mothers can still order the pills. That's legal for them to do. They can still possess the pills, the abortion pills. That's legal for them to do. They can still take those pills to murder their children. That's legal for them to do in every single state in the country. And it's not just legal for them to do because of the pro-abortion movement. No, that's written into pro-life legislation in every single state in the country, in the trigger bills, in the heartbeat bills, and the Human Life Protection Acts. That's written in there that this does not apply to the mother. And so mothers are ordering pills and they're taking those pills across the country. And the latest data that we've seen at the Foundation to Abolish Abortion that we recently reported on shows that in those 16 states, 14 states that don't have clinics, and then 2 states that have heartbeat bills, that overall abortion numbers in those states, the babies being killed in those states by abortion, self-managed abortion, mothers ordering the pills, taking the pills, self-induced abortions, telehealth abortions happening in that state, plus abortion travel, that the actual abortion numbers across those 16 states, there's actually 36,000 more abortions today than there was 5 years ago, before Dobbs overturned Roe versus Wade. So as a country, Dobbs did not solve the problem at all. We have more abortions now. Overall abortion numbers across the country are higher than they've been in over a decade. And so anyone who tells you that any state is abortion-free is not telling you the truth. Anybody that tells you that we're winning right now is not telling you the truth. In fact, one of the things that we have coming up across the country in the general election, of course, everybody knows about the presidential election, but we have ballot initiatives in states across the country where citizens have gotten enough signatures in those states to get issues on the ballot in order to put things into those states' constitution. A lot of states don't have that, ability, but a lot of states do. And there's a number of states where they're trying to enshrine basically Roe versus Wade, but actually even worse than Roe versus Wade, into many state constitutions around the country, and that's coming up on many ballots around the country. One of the people know about the most in Florida. Hopefully it will be defeated. Hopefully they'll all be defeated, but a lot of them are not looking very good, that we could see basically state-level Roe versus Wade's being enacted and put in those constitutions. From a legal perspective, it doesn't change anything really from a legal perspective. We still believe that we should push equal protection bills, because guess what trumps state constitutions? The U.S. Constitution. And the U.S. Constitution says no state shall deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. So you can pass all the state constitutional amendments you want, it doesn't trump the 14th Amendment. That said, the courts don't yet agree with that. No one's disagreed with it, but no one has yet said that overrides all these state ballot initiatives. And so these aren't good. These are things that the church should be opposing, should be voting against, should be fighting against, should be getting educated on, and educating your churches, your neighbors, and opposing these ballot initiatives. So that's going on right now. What we have to look forward to, what we're working on with our friends at End Abortion Now, are bills of equal protection to be introduced when a lot of state legislatures start up in January of 2025. We expect to see 16, 17, 18, 19, maybe 20 states introduce bills of equal protection across the country. Even in states where these ballot initiatives either have passed or maybe they will pass, these bills still need to be introduced, because this is the way forward. This is what's going to solve all of those legal abortions that's still happening in those states, and this is what God calls for. God says, you shall not murder. There aren't exceptions for anybody. That applies to everybody. It should. And that's what the Constitution calls for. So that's what these bills do and provide for. And so that's the state of things right now. And I hope that you're praying for that, supporting the work of End Abortion Now, of course. and look forward to working with you across the country on those in the upcoming year.